The main purpose of the Violence Awareness and Random Acts of Kindness program is to promote positive energy to counteract the negative effects of violence in our society. Sadly, violence permeates our lives on a daily basis. Whether it is televised or on the radio or in newspapers, we are bombarded with sensationalized stories of violence. Researchers indicate that violence in schools and our communities is nearly always a product of violence in our homes. If we speak out, if we seek assistance as victims of violence, if we shun those who use violence against others, if we offer a safe refuge to victims of violence, maybe then we can inevitably affect and break the cycle of violence that exists in our society. We need to expand anti-violence programs earlier in elementary schools. Young offenders don't suddenly start becoming violent when they turn 12. We need to collectively promote and emphasize programs which enhance prevention and early intervention within the school program. Our motto is to drown out the voice of violence with acts of kindness, and that kindness is contagious, so please pass it on. Daphne Rose Kingsma of Conair Press defines random acts of kindness as those sweet or lovely things we do for no reason except that momentarily the best of our humanity has sprung into full bloom. By committing a random act of kindness, you are doing not what life requires of you, but what the best of your human soul invites you to do.
On March 9th, 1996, my 18-year-old son Mark left on his first big trip away from home. He joined a busload of high school students on a spring break trip to Daytona Beach, Florida. And Mark saved for his trip by working his part-time job at McDonald's. He was a very caring, loving, considerate son and a big brother to Paul and Jennifer. He was a sports enthusiast. He loved his baseball and his hockey, and he was certainly a memorabilia collector. On March 15th, 1996, I received a phone call from Mark about 11:40 p.m. He was telling me that he had a great time and he'd be on the bus ride home in the morning. But moments later, our phone call was cut short. Mark was a victim of a senseless act of violence. Our family was trying to deal with the devastation and loss of Mark. We were all of a sudden thrust into the spotlight, and we had media attention, so I can only tell you that that was horrific. In less than 4 months after Mark's death, 2 more Belleville teens were victims of senseless violence. Becky Middleton and Sean Keegan would also lose their lives. So the community was in a state of shock. And out of grief came the need and the desire to make a positive change. And we had many different forces pulling and pushing us towards this cause. The idea to have a local Random Acts of Kindness Day originated in a memorial service that Nicholson College held for Mark. And during that service, a letter was read by a Nicholson parent, Shauna Downer, in which she stated that every March 15th should be recognized as Random Acts of Kindness Day in Mark's memory. And at the time, we thought that this was a lovely tribute, but neither we nor Shauna realized that her suggestion would plant a seed mixed with the addition of unfortunate human tragedy that would result in such a successful program. Another woman, Mrs. Couture, had given us some information from the Random Acts of Kindness organization in California, and we adapted their program to suit our needs. In 1997, the Violence Awareness and Random Acts of program had the participation of 3 high schools, and we held a candlelight vigil. In 1999, our program saw some great expansion. We expanded into the elementary schools because we realized that if we were to have an impact, we needed to touch the younger students.
Every fall, our committee has the opportunity of networking with student representatives from local high schools to promote violence awareness and random acts of kindness. The day is organized as Caveat Day, which stands for Canadians Against Violence Everywhere Advocating Its Termination. Each Caveat Day, we offer a workshop to students and actively solicit their ideas and suggestions on how to improve and promote our program. Every year, we need thousands of blue lapel ribbons to promote our program, especially in the schools. The Nortel Community Volunteer Network is a group of retired Nortel employees who donate their time and skills to our cause. Each Tuesday, this group of committed volunteers assembles at their clubhouse to cut and pin blue lapel ribbons. We estimate that they have cut and pinned well in excess of 500,000 blue ribbons, which is simply an amazing accomplishment. Quite honestly, our program could not do it without their dedication and commitment, and we owe these folks a huge debt of gratitude. Once the ribbons are cut and pinned, another huge workload is counting out the ribbons necessary for each elementary school participating in our program. The last couple of years, this task has been made easier with the help of high school students who attend Nicholson Catholic College. The VARAC program is offered to over 66 elementary schools and 15 high schools, as well as sister branch in Stittsville and Canada area near Ottawa. Includes another 8 elementary schools and 1 high school. In total, over 40,000 students are invited to participate in our program. To help encourage and support student participation each December, representatives from our Kindness Committee gather at the Quinte Living Center and assemble the Kindness Kits. Each kit contains promotional information such as pamphlets and posters. As well, there are blue lapel ribbons and all materials necessary for each school to have their own VARAC week. It takes a few hours to coordinate all the information and pull it together, but once we are done, the kits are ready for distribution to the schools for the first week in January. The Blue Ribbons of Hope to End Senseless Violence was an idea by Mark's sister Jennifer in memory of her brother. She chose the royal blue color as it represents the colors of Mark's favorite teams, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Every March we decorate the Quinte Mall, the downtown core, Walmart, and other businesses with blue bows. The blue bows and ribbons are a visual reminder that violence makes victims of us all, and they promote an awareness of violence in our society. As well, the blue ribbons encourage acts of kindness. Our Blue Ribbon campaign has also expanded to the communities of Frankfort and Trenton in Quinte West, as of towns of Picton, Wellington, and Consacon in Prince Edward County. We're very pleased at the number of members of Every February, our committee approaches city councils in Belleville, Quinte West, and the city of Prince Edward to have the week proclaimed and to obtain their endorsement of the program.
I'm pleased to say that I am a member of the Violence Awareness and Random Acts of Kindness Committee and have been since its inception over 9 years ago. I think that it's a very important program for a couple of reasons. First of all, it is an outlet to allow the friends and family of Mark and all victims of violence, certainly Becky Middleton and Sean Keegan within our community, to do something positive to counteract the needless acts of violence that led to some devastating events in this community. So certainly as an outlet to promote something good. It makes for a better community, I believe. It makes us focus on committing acts of kindness as opposed to random acts of violence.
Elementary schools are provided kindness cards for junior kindergarten and kindergarten students. The kindness card says, "Today I will commit an act of kindness, and kindness is contagious, please pass it on." The premise behind these cards is to encourage the students to do acts of kindness for one another, their teachers and their families and friends, and to pass the kindness on along with the card, so that hopefully the recipient of the act of kindness will do the same. As well, we offer a coloring contest for students in grade 1 to 4 and a junior poster contest for students in grade 5 and 6, as well as a senior poster contest for students in grades 7 and 8. The schools select a winner from each category and submit their name to the committee. On the night of our opening ceremonies, we will award certificates of achievement and plaques to the lucky winners. As well, there will be other prizes donated in the past, such as T-shirts or hats or tickets to the Bulls game. The response for the school children has been absolutely phenomenal, and the expression on their faces when they receive their award is heartwarming. Some students have been very innovative with their kindness activities, from erecting a kindness tree with the names of students who do kind deeds and fundraising for charity. Their actions are both rewarding and encouraging. Every high school is given ballots to draw one representative from their school that demonstrates acts of kindness. The winner from each school is invited to the opening ceremonies, where they will receive a certificate of achievement and a plaque. In addition, one name will be drawn from all the high school representatives. The winner will have their name permanently displayed on the pillars at Kindness Court. As well, they will win a state-of-the-art computer, compliments of the Quinte Mall. In addition, there will be 2 draws for bursaries worth $150 each. The VARAC program costs upwards of $8,000 per year. The majority of the costs are associated with the school kits, student awards, and program promotion through advertising and literature. The main fundraising event for the VARAC program is the annual Mark Fike Memorial Tournament. The program also offers a raffle on a handcrafted kindness bear that has been donated by Patty Potra for the past 4 years. In addition to these fundraising activities, the program is forever indebted to the Quinney Mall, who have been a wonderful promoter and sponsor of our program. Not only did they rename their food court the Kindness Court, but they have also come up with innovative projects such as the Kindness Cruise, the High School Kindness Citizen of the Year, and the Kindness Citizen of the Year. The Kindness booth is our headquarters during the Violence Awareness and Random Acts of Kindness Week. The booth is staffed for the full week with volunteers and is located at Kindness Court at the Quinney Mall. The VARAC Week is always held the week before March break. The kickoff takes place on Monday at our opening ceremonies. At these ceremonies, we have greetings from dignitaries, a candlelight vigil against violence, as well our elementary school students awards, high school student awards, and the draw for the High School Kindness Citizen of the Year. On Tuesday of the week, our kindness crews take to the streets of Belleville, Trenton, and Prince Edward County to bestow acts of kindness on unsuspecting recipients. Whether it's distributing free products and coupons, shoveling snow, or paying for a coffee at a drive-thru, these crews have a great time and visit schools, daycare centers, senior residences, police, fire, and ambulance services, as well as stores and businesses committing random acts of kindness.
I'm happy to be here today to talk about the Quinney Mall's involvement with Random Acts of Kindness. Quinney Mall came on board in 1999, and we've been huge supporters of certainly the committee and the week-long of activities since that time. All of our retailers have coin jars in their stores with blue ribbons. As you can see, I'm wearing one today, so all of our stores participate in that regard. The mall is happy to host the Candlelight Vigil, which is always the beginning of the week. It's usually the Monday evening where all of the elementary school children and high school students come to the mall with their parents and grandparents and friends to receive recognition for the wonderful work they've done in their schools. Our merchants donate food and refreshments for this event, which is wonderful for them. Back in the year 2000, we added something called Kindness Cruise, which is a group, normally they're 10 to 12 people that go out into the community spreading random acts of kindness, and we have just a great time doing this.
Wednesday of the week is the Blue Ribbon of Hope Day. All citizens of Greater Quinney community are invited to wear and prominently display their blue ribbons to symbolize their stand against violence and in recognition of all victims of violence. The ribbons are a visual reminder and a tribute to the memory of all victims of violence.
The mall also gets involved with something called the Kindness Citizen of the Year. This began in 1999. We partnered with the Belleville Intelligencer to run a ballot where those in the community could nominate someone who they felt would be deserving of that award of Kindness Citizen of the Year. We've had more entries this year, I think, than in any other year, and the Trentonian also runs this ballot for us, so we're really thrilled with that. Certainly the program is just a wonderful, wonderful program. The mall is thrilled to be involved with it. We try our best to be good corporate citizens, and this is certainly my personal favorite event of the year that we do.
The Belleville Bulls promote our program in many ways. First of all, they are a welcome addition to the Kindness Cruise, and secondly, they give our program exposure at a regular season home game during the week. This year, some of our elementary school winners even got to participate in the ceremonial puck drop. The Sunday of our week is always Random Acts of Kindness Day. The late Princess Diana once had this to say about acts of kindness. Perhaps we're too embarrassed to change or too frightened of the consequences of showing that we actually care. But why not risk it anyway? Begin today. Carry out an act of kindness with no expectation of reward or punishment, safe in the knowledge that one day, someone, somewhere, might do the same for you. Remember, kindness is contagious. Please pass it on.